Good morning. I am higher vibrations and so are you. And there is so much going on right now. The replica Statue of Liberty fell in Brazil. It's the new moon. Three Eye Atlas approached its closest approach to us exactly 12 hours ago. However, it is going to be, affecting us continually for the next few days, as it typically will. There's a massive sunspot that just turned into almost earth facing. It looks kind of like a Christmas tree, which is really interesting because it's lined up for the 25th of December when it's really going to be facing us. Lots of timeline jump stuff seen in the Schumann resonance. And there's a lot of stuff going on in the Pacific Northwest and moving down the coast into Northern California. So for all of you that are affected by these floods and stuff, my heart goes out to you and I send you love. Before we just want to say all that, but then there's a lot going on. And so guess what? We get to talk to Elsa about this stuff and more. Elsa's joining us from Australia. She is a member of a family of 10, mother family of 10, of contactees, experiencers, and full-on awakened souls of every age range. And it's been always so much fun to connect with Elsa and her etymology, ability to decode, and just jumping into some of these topics. We discovered aspects of them that we never realized before. So if you need to pause and let it digest and then pick it back up again, that's where how many people usually do these shows of ours, because they're so full and dense of information. So welcome, Elsa. Thank you so much for coming. How are you?
Good, thank you. Yeah, there's a lot going on, but we all knew that this time was coming. So
Yeah.
you just got to keep going and work our way through it, because none of us have done this. Nothing on earth has done this before, this way. So
Yeah.
when you think it like that, it takes the pressure off, and you go, you know what, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. We knew the chaos was coming. You know, we had the meddlings from years before, and but it's really happening now. Like I know from our conversations, Mila, it's like confirmation. Now it's like it's not just a confirmation from media and politicians and other people. It's confirmations from the galactics, the stars, Kazimis. I love Kazimi. Kazimis are
Me
like
too.
Kazimis are like the icing on the cake for me. If I hear a Kazimi coming, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
so
And the connection, sorry.
sorry,
And
and
the
the connection.
connection with that, what that is for those who don't know, it's a grand solar conjunction with another body. And as we've seen with Three Eye Atlas, as it slingshot around or boomerang style around the sun, the sun woke up in every area that this comet was at, and it's stopped and had visitation in energy, to several of our planetary bodies along the way. Was To me, what's most notable is that as it was approaching Mars the first time, um, just before that, two or several probes came off of this Three Eye Atlas, and we found that, um, uh, of those many, two like supernovae. Hey, it's 12:12 right now. Two supernovae, and that caused, this huge ripple through the cosmos, that you could see the ripple and time its pace when it reached the sun. Though what I'm bringing up here is that just as people were like, Three Eye Atlas is going to hit Mars, just as that happened, this percussion wave in space occurred and it pushed Mars off its orbit and closer to the Earth. It's still orbiting now, Mars, closer to Earth than it was before this event occurred, showing it physically interacts with these bodies. When it reached Saturn, everyone was like, it's going to hit Saturn, and it steered. It changed its trajectory. It's behaved in ways that it never should, scientifically speaking. There's to explain it away with science, it's impossible to do. And now it just turned golden. it's gold now. It just changed its color, so there's that Christos, Christ consciousness. There's that solar plexus jog that's no longer a jog. The heart center is fully awakened for all conscious beings on this planet. Like, this is prophesized in every place, and the scientists are going, how does that can't that shouldn't be able to happen? So there's just so much about, and now it's at its closest, or it was 12 hours ago, but it's by this measurement, it's really close still to Earth, and we're feeling it. A lot of people have been, the past couple of days, I've gotten a lot of people reaching out to me, kind of almost in a panic of, "Oh, this energy's intense. What's going on? Am I going to be okay?" Feeling that they've been turned off, like, um, as if they like took a break from awakening or something, feeling all of a sudden they're not empathically connected to anybody, like they're not even here. This is, a lot of people are reporting this, and that's why I'm mentioning that. You know, do not be alarmed. We're in a reset window, and that's what Spirit told me. This is about this reset, and uh, this jumps down a whole different rabbit hole that I'll go down later on, because I can see that you have notes and there's things that you want to say too.
Okay, oh, okay, so our first Dalmatian, we got Christmas time, and it was when Ginger was born, the electric one. So number
Yeah.
5. This is way back, and so we called her Dasher as one of the reindeers.
Ooh, I like that.
So this is the year is December 2006. No, 2007. December 2007. We had our first Dalmatian, Dasher. Dasher's no longer with us, but Dasher. And now we have just had puppies again. I'm bringing this up because it's dog. So dog prophecy when they show, especially because Dalmatians, when they come white. There's no
Yeah.
spots. But the kids have mentioned that with these puppies, there's one that has a black nose and black ears, and they said, this one looks like Rudolph. And I went, oh, we should give some of these some reindeer names. Is there any? And we only name our Dalmatians D names. So we have the Dillons, and everyone that knows us, we all have competition to get the best D name. And whoever gets, so we're all looking for the best D name. We have really funny names. Like one year they had one called Dracula, Doobie, Daisy. We got
You say
Dingo,
doobie?
Doobie, Dior. We had Dumpling. We have so many funny names. We had Dodo. It's so cute. We got Dimples. Anyway, so I said, "Oh, we should name. Is there any more D names in the reindeers?" And then I went, "It's reindeers. No idea." Because that's how I've been feeling. I've got no idea what to do at the moment. I'm very paused, very a little almost frustrated, like what to do. But we're in the stalled sun phase, so we're in the solstice,
Yeah.
stalled suns. It's a bit like a Mercury retrograde
Yeah. Yeah.
without the retrograde. It's a stalled sun phase to collect energy. We had yesterday on sunset, I had Gidget scream out, "Mum, mum, mum, come over here." And just to the side of our house, like probably one like step from the house, was a red fox. With all our dogs and chickens and cats and horses, there was a reddest fox. He was weak and he had a sore front paw, and we couldn't work out if he was looking for food, and all the kids said they think he's just looking for safety. Never come this close to a fox, Mila. Like, you could touch him. And it was Red Dog is paused. He's paused. And I felt like this was part, because it just turned up before our show. Like before I went to bed, they had Red Fox.
Wow.
So it's red. The red ones are ready. Um, so this is a confirmation. So I come back to the reindeers, Mila. It was never reindeers. It was comets. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Comet, Cupid,
Ah,
Vixen. It's a thing, Mila. It's
right.
come through in a nick of time. And then I went, it's as talking with you at 5 a.m. here, it went, it's St. Nick. Oh
Holy
my
cow.
gosh, this show's about Saint Nick, but they didn't tell me until on the just coming on live now. Because I didn't know why I was doing all this reindeer, and
Right.
this goes back to the Roman Empire, and the reason I I worked this out is last weekend. The conference I was supposed to do got cancelled last second. And the kids said, "Well, can we still do our weekend away?" And I went, because they were going to come. And I said, "Okay." So I went and had a weekend away, and they, the lovely family that we were staying with, said, "Can we watch the movie Elf?" And I went, "Oh, I love that show." That show I do love. I love my favorite scene is the Jack in a Box scene, and he's winding up the Jack in a Box, and he's like an elf that tests all the toys, and he's winding it up, and then it springs in his face, and he gets annoyed with it,
Right.
and that's how I feel at the moment. Everyone's doing this Jack in a Box, and they're winding, and they're waiting, and then you just let your mind drift off a little bit, or you get distracted, and then it springs open and scares you. You're like,
Yeah.
damn, got me again. that's how I that's how I feel it is right now. The energy is like this Jack in a Box. So I was watching the Elf movie, and then I realized it's not Santa. It's not the sleigh. It's not the reindeers. They're comets. That's how they describe them. That's how they looked. They looked like how they describe Santa to us.
Right.
It's I
Right.
keep thinking this is prophecies. This is them remote
Yeah.
viewing and seeing ahead of this, because Atlas has never come past Earth like this before. No, Earth, it's before we were created, if that storyline is true.
Right.
Like, which it feels like it's new, like it does feel new to me. And the time frame of Saint Nicholas and how it coordinates with the Roman Empire and things like that. It's it keeps confirming it. It's
Yeah.
weird. I
Yeah.
I know once I know I thought I'm going to say reindeer to Mila, and I know what's going to happen now.
Oh, we want.
I'm going to have to open a whole new
Well, yes,
page
I opened the book. Of course, I opened the book.
on reindeer
You can't see it.
because
The book.
the book. Okay, so I'm going to throw a few other things. So it's female reindeers. That's the other thing. So which is Anu.
Yeah.
They have
That's
antlers.
right. I just went down this rabbit hole too.
They have
Sorry.
antlers,
Go ahead.
right, on their head.
Mhm.
So when you look at antlers, they're like a thing that you put on your roof for the television. What do you call those again? Antennas.
Antenna
It's an
or
antenna.
rabbit ears.
It's an but the females at Christmas time in your land, they don't lose their antlers. That's how they knew it was it had to be a doe.
Yeah.
A doe
A
is
deer, a female deer.
yeah, it's a female deer, and doe is mold. Mold is tar. That's what
Right.
mold is, black tar. It's in, they call it intelligent tar. That's what, and that's what's coming from the comments. So I'm going, this is a thing. When you write deer backwards, it's red, it's read, it's code. it's a spine. It's in a nick of time. Mila, I think nick of time, and I don't care anymore what anyone else says. Saturn, Satan, Saint Nick. This is a hail bringer. I feel
Yeah.
like all history was like remote viewing now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm seeing that more and more, that most of the history we've been told is actually like not, it doesn't even feel like it's prophetic exactly. It's just like telling you what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like I don't, it's more than that, you know, it's less than big. It's just like, it's just a matter of fact. Yeah, it's kind of just regular.
And we had
Yeah.
to be at this stage so that we could accept it,
Mhm.
and be open minded to it, and enough of us to be open minded to it. It's like you said, three eye atlas, which is three eyes at last. So,
Yeah.
is gold
Yeah.
now. And then you said, and it's woken the suns, it's woken the ones. Like,
Yeah.
to me, you can't get much more what we've talked about over the last, 3 years since we've known each other. It's so
It's only
this
been 3 years.
I know,
That's so
it's
weird.
like a lifetime.
I know. It's a good thing though.
I know, but you said it's a boomerang. I lost Mila. Oh, there you are.
I I'm back. I lost connection for a second there.
Yeah, so it's like a boomerang, you said. So it's coming back.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to come back is compass spine. So it's like it's something to do with how the deers got stood up, literally, off their paws, hooves. She's
Excuse me.
sneezing. So the friend that we stayed with, whenever someone sneezes, she goes, "That's true." Instead of saying bless you or anything, she goes, "That's true." it's the it's the others that you're with confirming what you're saying. It's a
Oh, okay,
compliment.
like goosebumps.
Yeah, like goosebumps. Yeah, so Saturn is, always had a bad rap because it's Satan, but Satan and the devil has even changed. I think there are people that are not running their true body by themselves, and they act out in ways that seem cruel, harmful, and hurtful. And I understand that, but mixing that up with Satan and the devil and all this, it gets really complicated, gets really messy, gets really dark. But
Yeah.
when we just forget that, let that be, and look at what we're talking about now, you start to go, hang on a second. I know Comet is one of the reindeers. I know. I just went, of course. I
Yeah.
was like, yeah. So I'm watching this movie, Elf, going, oh, this is about Three-Eyed Atlas.
Yeah. And Comet is one of the reindeer. I thought of that too. And Michael's comment here, Michael the messenger, says Comet is one of the
Michael the
reindeer.
messenger.
Yeah.
So reindeer is a hailbringer. It's the rain of the tar. It's even in the name of the animal.
Right.
So what does the book say? Let me,
All
the
right.
book.
So
Hang on, wait. She's got to open the book, and it's like,
there's this
oh,
circle that happened that I never got caught up to. I've already had pages open for a while before you said what the book said. Okay.
okay.
But like, um, it was actually me jumping down a rabbit hole of the fox story you told. And it took me to the red horse, which is the reindeer. The red stallion approached, rearing playfully to the dreamwalker. He told Dreamwalker of the joys of balancing work and heavy medicine with the joyful experience of play. He reminded Dreamwalker that he could better hold the attention of those he taught when humor was integrated with the lesson. Dreamwalker thanked him and promised to remember the gift of joy. And what is most commonly related or compared to all of this, like playful, childlike stuff is this joy and play, like mentioned here. Camouflage of Fox wasn't in use. He was fully read and still approached. And it would be interesting to find out what paw he had used in a moment. However, what's more is, just as you said, the reindeer who have their antlers in the wintertime must be female, because the males lose their horns, their during the winter months, like you would a tooth or something. And the deer is the gentleness that was able to approach um, this guardian of the mountain that stopped anyone from approaching Great Spirit or God or Creator, whatever word used. And the gentleness of this loving, kind being, this deer, was able to melt away this shadow that was blocking the flow of people to the peak of the mountain. And there are many, many, many paths to the peak of the same mountain. It's simply that, everyone's path is more aligned for them in their own good order. Where we sometimes will say, but that path over there looks so hard. It looks so hard. Why are you on that path? That's perfect for them. They're meant to be there. You know,
Hmm.
with this, what's more, uh, you're you've jumped into this whole rabbit hole because the the antenna you're talking about on the TV are actually called rabbit ears around this part of the world. And
Ah.
so, speaking of rabbit holes, and
Well,
this, okay, I'll let you pick up, and just there's a lot more to say, but I just like there's just, yeah, go ahead.
so I don't know if I sent this to you or not. Oh, maybe I didn't send it to you. I'll send it to you now on Facebook while I'm talking if I can. But you don't have to look at it. But so you posted up your alarm clock, and it
Yeah.
was little dots all the way down. And I thought, oh, that's such a cute post. And then I went, oh, no, she's sending me a message. It's alarm, and it's the spinal cord. The spinal cord is the two first ones are C1 and C2. And I'm like, really? Sounds like a Dr. Seuss thing. It's Atlas is the first one, Mila. It's C1.
Hmm.
C1 and C2, and it's 33. It's the Christ energy. Are you getting all this? I'm just going, alarm,
Oh my god.
the origin words, I know, right? You wrote alarm, and I've gone, alarm isn't alarm. And I definitely have felt alarm in the media and alarm with other people. You said you've had people with anxiety, this feeling of frustration. It's
Yeah.
new energy. So it sends off all your senses in your body, and your body goes, alert, alert, alert. It's like
Yeah.
alarms going off in our body because there's foreign rain deers coming in on us. Alarm is elam, which is elam is calm. It's it's saying alarm is saying calm. Calm is the halcyon phase. It's the calm in the storm. This is the story of Pleiades, the story of the Seven Sisters. It's the story of Easter Island. Like, I can't confirm this on. Then Bob sends me two drawings, and I go, oh, there it is. Bob's just confirmed it with his drawings, and I just get. It's just fascinating. I just go,
Yeah.
okay, so obviously. But I didn't know any more about this, Mila, until you said it at 5 a.m. this morning, so 10, 20 minutes ago. And we're
Wow.
talking about Nick of time. And it hit me,
Yeah.
it's Saint Nick.
Wow. and it makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense. Oh, Lavender Sky Panther's in the audience. When you said storm, I just got done reading her comment that is up here, and then I was just starting the next comment. But let's point it out. The reindeer Blitzen means lightning. Donner
Mm.
means thunder. Snows is the light cutting through the fog or the veil. And so there you have, Zeus and Thor, Odin. Now we're coming
Yeah.
over here. Kim Duffy says lots of electrical energy and lightning strikes today. Feeling the zap. Now I want to point something out to y'all. Is Kim Duffy wrote that in Facebook. She can't see the comments on YouTube until I put it up. She had commented like at the same moment. This
Yeah.
lots of electrical energy and lightning strikes. And like you don't have like so anyway, that was just too fitting. And you just got done saying storm.
Yeah. So they're right. The two, you have Donna and I think Blitzen is Thor's names. They in the origins of the reindeer names when they first started the reindeers, because the reindeers have the shape shifted as well. I kept adding reindeers, but when they first started the reindeers, they were Thor's, Thor's reindeers. So now you're having Odin in. So Odin is Odin Santa. I don't know. Dude, doesn't matter. It doesn't. Honestly, the labeling doesn't matter. It's just a thread. That's
Right.
all it is. It's a thread, which then comes back to alarm is the core spine. It's the code spine, and they're wanting
Mm.
us to be in a line of ourselves and run. And this is why Atlas is our vertebrae at the top is Atlas, and you can see it, right? Atlas is C1
And
and
yeah, I was actually
C2.
just grabbing it. And when you said
Oh,
that, we could hear the
coffee
rooster in
machine.
the background, which
Oh,
was
crow.
like confirmation.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the show I did yesterday, with this lovely lady called Michelle, I felt like she was helping me get through code for today. And she's
Oh,
crow. That's her symbol. So it's all about
oh,
crow.
really?
Yeah. So I felt, and all day yesterday, Mila, I knew you were buzzing. I knew you were having a big day because I had Little Hawk follow me absolutely everywhere. I'd go down the creek, I'd go down over here, everywhere on the farm.
Really?
Yeah, and it's the same one because I know he's cool. And then he brought his friend, like he had to bring back up. And they're hanging out above the trees above me. I felt like they were following me the whole time. Like, I, I understand a bird going from tree to tree, but to follow me the distance that they did, I felt so
Yeah.
gifted. And I kept saying, I know Mila's busy. I'm cutting grass. I know she's busy. I know you're excited. I kept saying to them, and they kept going, no, no, really, really, really. Like, you could hear, and they would do their call. And
Yeah.
it was really sweet. I knew that you would have pages and pages today. But you said today that it's the
Yeah.
closest, right?
Yeah, it is. I
Yeah.
finally got this working where I can also share what your image is. It took a second. I don't know what the deal is, but here we go. This is the image that you sent that you wanted to share.
Yeah.
So you
Now,
guys can see what she's talking about.
yeah.
Sorry.
So, yeah, Mila's phone thing is up on the right, and I went, "Oh, that's a spine cord." She's telling me to go to the cord. She's telling me to straighten up, back up. She even posted a Terminator, and he said, "I'll be back."
Yeah.
I went, "Okay." Then a lovely friend also called Adam. He's done some really lovely interviews, and he had this not this section of the drawing, but it's called the Bayou scroll. It goes for 70 meters, this scroll. It's the longest
Is
scroll
it
in.
here? Is it this?
Yeah, that's it. But that's just a
Okay.
section of it. It's got the comet in
Okay.
it, Mila. That's Halley's Comet. Halley's Comet
Oh,
is
yeah,
the
like at the
only
top there.
comet. Yeah, he's the only. They're talking about it. These dudes down here are talking. They're the Romans or Normans. Romans, Normans. They're or they're talking about Halley's Comet. Halley's Comet's the only one in the Bible, only one, and they write it as Beatles guys, or as we know it, the film Beetlejuice,
Right.
but it's Beetle guys, and this has to do with Mars, the birthing of
Okay.
Mars. I can't remember if it was Mars birthed or not, but you brought up Mars, and these reindeers and this time frame is to do with Mars, Jupiter, and another. I've lost Mila. I'll keep talking till she comes back. But it's Jupiter, Mars, and Janus.
I think I did. I can't see myself. So am I good?
Yeah, you're there. I can see.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see also the spinal cord, how what we actually it's an okay, this is even weirder. This is what made me feel like I was on the right track. Is it's a no idea. See how there's no eyes on us? When you look at the
Oh,
spine, it looks like
wow.
an entity. It looks like a parasite. We look like see how and it almost
It
looks like
does.
a dragon, like the one when you
Yeah.
scroll over and it's just a more a head. Like the more you look at the spinal cord and the way our bodies work, like look, that looks like the movie Alien. Alien
It
to me.
does.
I'm like, whoa! It doesn't look like it's got any eyes on that one. That's a no idea. It's a no.
Wow.
A no idea is a no. It's there's no eyes and it's a mold.
Right.
It's weird what I'm talking about. I actually don't fully understand it, but I know it has something to do with our journey up to this point, which is C1.
Did you see
These
the
names
Atlas
they
name in
give.
here? I just curious.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's C1. It's up
Yeah.
here in the Anu. It's up to the
Right.
Anu. Anu is the antler. It's the head.
Yep.
And this is your bone here is called your man Bible. Like it can't
Man
get
Bible.
yeah. So then I look at then I scroll over to what Bob sends me, and Bob's
Sorry, I can.
picture is Atlas. Like if
I'll go back to it.
yeah, so the the date and the time is from 12 to 21 December, which is solstice.
Uh huh.
And it's a cross circle dot, which is a star. When you draw it, it's a line this way, a line that way, a line this way, and you actually start to see it, and you go, "Oh my gosh, it's a compass!" But you can see it. I can't remember which order. The right one was first, and then the first one was last that he sent me, and it's like it's fully embodied in us. So then Atlas diminishes and we embody it more. It's so cool. I go, oh my gosh, this is so cool.
This
I
goes
go,
along with the prophecy. I just jumped. Sorry, I just cut you off. Excuse me.
yeah. So yeah, what? So where go? I'll let you go.
This image here is looks to me like a frog. Like here's an eye, here's an eye. It's open mouth. It's a frog person. There's
Ah,
like an arm. This is their torso.
metamorphosis.
It does kind of look like their head is backwards or something. Um,
Mm.
and I haven't really said anything about this during the show yet, but I've been down a rabbit hole and a half today. It wasn't expected. I had no intention of being, but I've been up for several hours and I barely made it to the show on time, to meet up with Elsa. And then Elsa and I had to talk for a few minutes before we got started. But um is uh this whole rabbit hole having to do with what's going on um, with Snoqualmie Falls. Have you heard about all this stuff that's happening? They just flooded
No.
Washington State, and like 50,000 people were without power. Um, there's, uh, in fact, I can show you some images. I'll grab them. So let me hurry and get this one first. So this is what Snoqualmie Falls looked like, past tense. Okay. Long story short, I'm going to add this while I'm grabbing this image. This is a sacred site of many local indigenous people that had been hijacked from the invading northern uh, uh, Europeans and stuff like that, right? So this is what it did look like in recent past. You can see there's a dam here. This is along the Green River, famous in Seattle. This is what it looks like right now. Like you see the
So
difference and that flow.
okay, okay, go to this picture. Go to that one, the little one, the
Okay.
bird's
The
eye one.
V.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. Now, this is a dam. We spoke about this on our first show. This is a dam.
Yeah.
This is holding Akashic records. This is a prisoner of
Yeah.
water. Now you
Yeah.
have see the shape. I can see that that is not a natural shape of the land, and I can.
Right.
There's this is many dams and waterfalls you'll go to, and you go, that's not that's been created. You can tell by the shapes of the stone. But then that's not. That's a mind. The structures on the left here. Was an empire here. This has been created. This dam,
Yeah.
and
If you go very
they
deep, you might even find it.
yeah, you will.
Sorry.
You'll be able. You go down to the stones at the bottom, and this is what we've done to some of the waterfalls that are like, taller than some buildings in Australia. Here, you go down to the bottom, and you'll be able to see the way a stone's been created and how sharp they are, of how long ago it was. It gives you a time frame, the sharpness of it.
Right.
Of course, you have landslides and all this in that time frame, but I also hear others from massacres and things like that where they got rid of a lot of people at these spots as well. That's why they would call
Right.
them a lot gap and things like this. So I'm getting the messages from the stones, I'm getting it from the water, I'm getting it from the trees, I'm getting it from past ones there that had tragic ending, that they haven't completed their tell here. So until someone picks up on it, they can't leave properly, which you've talked about in another show called The Grey Room. They get kind of stuck there and
Yeah.
it has
Yeah.
weird energy. Yeah. So then we go back to these places and they feel more like Tinkerbell's being there and cleaned up with their
Right.
fairy dust. Yeah, but when you go there before, you'd feel tight, you'd feel sweaty, you'd feel, and that's what would happen at a lot of these sites. And I know you lived in the lands of waterfalls
Yeah.
um, before you shifted, so I knew there was something to do with dams. Dams
Yeah.
is
And
also a shutting up of the females, Mila.
oh, interesting.
It
Yeah.
just doesn't feel right
This
looking at her.
oh no, not and in fact, yeah. So where I had been living, actually, you may not know this, but I'm covering my face. I don't know how to. I'm trying. I'm like experimenting with different arrangements of our screens, so we can. That might be the best one. Um,
Yeah.
as I've been in places my whole are dammed. Like there's so many places full of dams, dam everywhere. It's amazing how much. And every time you'll see this be the case where it's like you can tell it's a land that used to be something more than it is.
Mm.
Like you can actually see this line. Look at this white line,
Yeah.
across here. That the way that the land is shifted is different than what looks like a natural course of it. And anyhow, the where I was before was the land of many waterfalls that had all been dammed over. Um, and this actually is in the same state that I was living in. This is Washington State, but this is right near to Seattle, which is, Microsoft, place. And
Wow.
um, it's the floodings that have happened in this area of the world right now. It's Oregon, Idaho, Washington, Montana, and this is the thing. Like, I mean, and my heart goes out to each and every one of you experiencing right now. This is what it looks like right now, and there's another example here. You can see that it's been released. This is again an older version of it from before. You can actually see some of these characteristics that Elsa was talking. I was wondering if I have this. It's really magical, these places,
Mm,
and that they're this is considered a sacred, like a honored place. And
yeah.
um, the local indigenous people of this area um, are like the people of the Puget Sound, So these are like um, the individuals most known for Salish language. This is right here. Someone posted this on December 12th, right before the flooding started. Like, I know that you can't really
Oh,
see. This is Mount Rainier
what's
right
that?
here,
Mount Rain? Is that Mount Rainier?
right there. You can
Whoa.
barely see it.
Yeah, no, I know Mount Rainier really well. So, I so, so 3 years ago, I did mapping on Mount Rainier, and it so Mount Rainier is now it's reindeer, it's rainier. It
Hmm.
literally is rainier, like it's wetter. Oh, look, my this was us. This is a mess. This is what they talk of the floods, right? In the
Yeah.
Bible and all this, they knew this time was coming. They knew this time was coming. We were warned in 97 to get higher, not just in our vibration, just
Right.
to get higher lands. You know, uh, um, my heart goes out to everyone in these floods, but when you see and go to a dam and see how they control the water, the floods here in Australia before the floods were at 30% above their capacity or something. And then when you go to the level lines of the flood in Lismore, because flooding is quite normal here, it's like Egypt. It floods
Yeah.
regularly here. But the flood lines that they had, which was the biggest one, was 1974 when I was born. And we went and stood that Richard there. This one went like 3 Richards above it. It was huge. It
Huh.
was 30% more. It was 30% more than the average normal floods that we have here. When
Right.
you look at the land here, you can tell, Mila. The land tells you. You can see how the trees are. You can see how the land is. You can tell with these dams how they've restructured the water on the land so they can bring it in when they want to.
Yeah.
So it's like television. They can put a program out and control the people, make a mess, so we can confuse them all.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Um,
sorry.
well, I'm just when you start to realize, and you get angry because you see the devastation it causes, but you'll also see um, it's so sad. But I hugged so many people in the Lismore floods, strangers, Mila, just people that I remember being in traffic with Richard. I know I've told you this story, and everyone's looking at their phones because they've got no internet and they're getting really frustrated and they can't get money out and they need to get fuel, and fuel's drying up because no one's got fuel and no one can pay. Everyone's getting madder and madder and frustrated and frustrated. And I remember Richard calling out to people as he's passing them, and then they're kind of looking at us like, who are these weirdos? And then they start putting their window down, and then we started like the bush telegram, so we're all stuck in traffic, and you can see other people all the way down the road, the highway, putting their heads out and communicating, not through phones. It was so cute. I said, look what it was like a domino effect all the way down. It was like like your spinal cord on your phone. It was like
Yeah.
one person worked how to do it, and then the next person they went, "Oh yeah, we can do. We're allowed to talk to other humans." so,
Mhm.
so everyone then started saying, "You can't get fuel here. You can't get fuel here," and then we noticed the traffic start to disperse a little bit and let through the emergency workers and things because everyone was sharing information and helping each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess where's all this going with this is it's reining us in to be more kinder, more human.
Right. Right. The harmonic convergence still. Mount Rainier sounds like Mount Reindeer. I thought that too when I said it
Yeah.
out loud. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's weird,
you know,
right? Like nick of time.
I know. And this actually all circles back to this reference we'd made earlier. Elsa had said she saw and posted 20 minutes before we went live. Um, this weird rabbit hole that I found myself down because what they're claiming has caused this flooding over here in this area. Again, my heart goes out to everybody affected, though there is some symbolism and important code that's already been written. Like we were saying before, someone mentioned this, they were agreeing with us that the sages viewing us were viewing us now back in the old days, writing mythology about us, what we're doing now,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
part of that is okay, so the code of this is there. I was shown. Someone sent me a screen capture that I can't find. I was trying to find it. It's in my phone. I have way too many things saved. Um, that right before all this, they call it an atmospheric river that's caused this rain cover and all this stuff, and they're not connecting it at all to the dam, just like they did for North Carolina, Australia. No one's saying it's got to do with the dams that happen in Texas and southern Arkansas, but we know that that's what it is. However, this atmospheric river started right after this weird radar frequency happened. All this area, straight lines, a whole bunch of straight lines, like, and then all of a sudden there's this atmospheric river and there's this flowing river in the sky that's causing this incredible downpour of rain and just unprecedented amount. And then at the same time, I'm this is what I called it to Elsa when I was talking about it on the chat before, was that I was forced down a rabbit hole, and I'm kind of enjoyed it, but is that it took me immediately down with Chief Joseph, which is connected to and this area as well, though not specifically. This is an area that they did spend the time. They've been calling them the Paris tribe, but they're actually called the Nimibu. The Nimibu is their name, and it means we or the people. It means we, the people. Uh, this name, most tribes are called their native tongue, and it usually does mean the people. What's fascinating about this, they actually gave the name pierced. It's a French word that means pierced nose. That was actually because a neighboring tribe, the Chinook, actually would pierce their nose. But these guys didn't even pierce their nose, but these fur traders from France misnamed them, and so it stuck for a lot of people who don't really know them, but and their real name is the Nim-e-boo. It sounds like a lot of different words that we know in ancient mythology, doesn't it?
The
Nim-e-boo.
how the people I went and stayed with last weekend, their dog is called Nimi.
Oh man, that's
Nimi?
fun.
Yeah. That's how. So
Niraboo.
Nemi, and I just go and I love Nemi, and I always say the dog is helping us bring this information through. The dog, the fox, the animals are really helping us bring it through. And I've really noticed that the animals know all the ET activity.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I'm getting major confirmations there because they call me outside, the animals, and then I see the craft. Otherwise, I'm fast asleep. And I sit straight up and I go, oh, there's a fox northeast. And she goes, how do you know there's a fox northeast?
Right.
I got to go out and see the fox. So I go out and see the fox, and then sure enough, straight above it is the crop. That's where they are, or the howling dogs through the hills. And
Right.
so it's these, and I always remember from your book, it's like your book is a guide. That's what um, a reindeer is. It's a steer. It steers us. It's a guide. That's all it is. It's a steer. It's the reins. It's steering us, Mila,
Yeah.
so that we can see one and see two
Right.
at the top. Yeah. So then we can activate our Anor, which is aunt, which is a female friend, basically. An aunt is a female friend of an older, it's a wise old female friend or an aunt tutor. And this is here, and this is our man Bible to tell. This is why you go to church and you hear someone tell us something. This is why we have television. It's so that you
Right.
can share. This is why you have prayer, so you walk into it. And I, I, there's so many things you said, Mila, about this place, and this rabbit hole. Um,
I've got more.
oh,
I'm
I
not
know.
done.
Yeah, you can keep going. I'll keep
Okay.
going off you. This this tapestry that was on that photo, though, I just wanted to say it was called the Bayou Tapestry. It's not even in Bayou, and it's a smear campaign
Mm,
of a politician or an emperor or something, and everyone knows it's a joke
right.
because it wasn't about him. And I'm just showing the smear campaigns happened in that tapestry that's 70 meters long, and the smear campaigns are happening now. And those lines that you're talking about, Richard comes back from the ocean a day or two ago, and he said, I've never experienced this out in the ocean, but the water is noisy. He said it's like bubbling. And
Ha.
he said it's like getting energy from somewhere, but it's not getting it from wind. Like you'll just go out and there's just this mass area. And he
Yeah.
said it's like, he said even the way the waves are coming up is not normal. And he's been boating since he was a little boy. And he said, I can't, he said it's deafening, the noise. And
Huh.
it just made me think of what you were saying with the lines in the sky,
Mm-hmm.
because this happened the same time.
Wow.
So it's
It
like
goes.
it's, yeah. So is it up there doing it? Is it solar flare doing it? Is it intervention from military? Who knows? But we're noticing.
Well, it all links back to this whole rabbit hole because this brought us to the creation story that's shared by several. In fact, this is what Lavender Sky Panther just said, and Moose shall rise again. This creation story is shared in the Mesopotamia area, which is modern day Iraq, as well as the creation story of the Iroquois people. The Iroquois are connected to Chief Joseph because when Chief Joseph, he was one of the last chiefs to surrender to the invading Europeans. Why is this significant? There's a lot of things that are significant about it, of course, but he was also known to be from this region, though the whole area, the whole area that's being flooded, in fact, Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, and Washington specifically. It's really fascinating because he had a medicine bag, which is really common for the people, especially at that time. A lot of the traditions from this earlier time are being uh, are people are participating in again people of these tribal regions and such. However, in this medicine bag, the soldiers took it from this chief, And in this medicine bag, he had a uh, a cuneiform tablet, a 1 by 1 inch cuneiform tablet that was from 2040 BC. And the cuneiform images upon this tablet, uh, it were he they asked the chief, "What is this? Do you know what it means? And can you read it?" He said, "I don't means and I cannot read it." Um, and it's been translated since to explain that it was like a receipt of maybe a purchase regarding who is it? Let me look really fast. So that this it says one lamb from Abashaga on the 11th day of the month of the festival of On in the year, and I can't pronounce this word very well. I'm going to try. Enmagalana was installed as high priestess of Nana. This talks about, an exchange or a receipt. And then all the way over in northwestern Georgia, uh, a woman in this area found another one in 1963 from the same era. In fact, it was from 2042 BC. It was an Assyrian tablet, the same size, shape, and cuneiform upon it. Why is this so significant? This links the people of Native American or First Nations people of the Americas directly to Iraq. Okay, this is why I'm so excited about this huge rabbit hole that I'm being kind of guided down lately the past few days past few hours. I mean, it feels like it's been days. Is that um, in my earliest moments, I remember having memory of another incarnation long, long ago, and in that time, it was the time of Odin, and that's why I'm so excited to talk about Odin stuff when it does come up. That's it just happens to be that my family line genealogy also took me to saying that I'm related to Odin, like he's like my 52nd great grandfather or something. Um, is that in that memory, Iraq was what we called Valhalla because it was lush and green and it was like utopia. It was the most beautiful place. It may perhaps even the Garden of Eden kind of an idea in this place. This links this these people to these other regions. But here's the last part, okay? I promise, and I'm gonna let you talk because it
No, no,
just
no. Yeah, yeah.
okay. Is with this chief, they asked him when they found it in his pouch in his medicine bag, and where it came from, and what he said is, it's from my ancient ancestors. It was 4,000 years old, and this man, this chief of these First Nations people, owned it from being inherited from father to son kind of way, from chief to chief for 4,000 years. And it links them to this place, to Mesopotamia, to the place where most people think the beginning of all things started, where it was it's the Fertile Crescent, the Hittites and the Babylonians, the Akkadians, the Sumerians. They all used this language. The Hebrews understood how to use a language in order to participate, but it's just what? Like all of this shows. And then this person who was saying that it makes so much sense because they share the same creation story. The creation story is the twins, the two giants, twins who came here, and they came here because um, their mother was found pregnant, and when she said that she was pregnant, the father or the husband anyway got very upset, and he broke a hole in the sky. Before that, you couldn't see the land below, and she peeked in to see the land, and then she fell in through the hole and landed into the place here on earth that was only ocean. And these birds that caught her, these doves, they stopped her fall And they all asked for help to bring this mud up to the so she could have a place to rest and have these two twins. Well, it was the frog, the toad, just like Bob Drew. He was the one that was able to bring mud with his mouth up to the top of a turtle and piled it up on top of the turtle, making Turtle Island, which is known for, that's another name for North America. And just as I'm writing this down, my daughter comes in and she's been reading The Neverending Story. And she's talking about Morla, the massive turtle that was under the mud. Remember the sadness? What is that? The place of the sadness, the sad mud place. What was that place called? Anyway,
It's like
and
it's a grey zone.
right, the grave room.
What's this is grey is an ancient word, Mila. The grey is how they describe, because they can't see blue. Grey is how they describe a lot of blue things is grey.
Right,
So a lot of the time when you read things, you'll see grey. Instantly, it's actually blue, but they just can't see it, but they still tell it. So, so you speak of the two twins. So you go. Oh, well, you got Mila's rabbit hole. Tablet, by the way, is horsetail. So, but they held it for four. So this starts to do time jumping for me, because
right,
in the hieroglyphs, I was doing a session with a gentleman, and he had the Book of the Dead, or a copy of it, which isn't the Book of the Dead, by the way. They give it the name Book of the Dead because as soon as humans see the word dead, they go, the mummy, and they go on and on about all that sort of stuff. The Book of the
right,
Dead was
right,
how to become a better way with prayer and words, and then it helps you through the next version of you in the afterlife. That's what it was about, right?
right,
And only the ones that practiced and had great discipline could do that, and then they would measure you with a feather, sort of thing. That's a real quick, really quick. Anyway, so this he said, I said, okay, well, you want to ask me a question about this book? What do you want to ask me? I said, actually, I'm not going to let you ask me anything. You go to the first page that catches you. He takes me to the first page. The first page is two people sitting at a desk talking to squares. Are you kidding me? In ancient
what,
hieroglyphs. Yeah. And I
what,
got an electric shock through my whole body when he did it. This gentleman, he's from a beautiful family, and I've done many sessions with him, and I'm saying a big hello to that family. I won't say their names. Anyway, as soon as I saw that, I went, oh my gosh, this is taking remote viewing to a whole nother level. Because Neha
yeah,
showed me multiple times how history keeps changing. So it's like they're remote viewing us, but it changes. Yeah, how does history keep changing when history's already done? And they go, oh, we
yeah,
find new evidence. And you go, really? You find new evidence? Uh,
right,
so, or is evidence is someone telling and then you're believing in it.
right, right,
So if you school it, then it becomes more evidence because you got a massive following behind it. That's why
hmm,
it's important to follow your own. They said, so how do you know who to listen to, and how do you know how to decipher all through this? And they said, follow the ones that aren't just awakened, but they are embodying it as well. So you'll see it happening in their life. And
right,
it's not enough to be awake, and it's not enough to be spiritual. You have to have that, and also embody it, like being in the spine of it. Like you actually have to walk it and tell it and live it. And then you become more complete, like Saturn, or satisfied. And then the code comes through clean. But if you've only got one side, it's coming through. The code comes through and it looks completely different. So it might come through looking scarier.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's not coming through balanced because it
Right.
has to be coming through at a clean frequency. So the tablet that you spoke of that they carried with a medicine bag is, which you see in Egyptian hieroglyphs. They're carrying a bag, and people go, "Oh, it's
Yeah.
some device." Yeah, it's a device, all right. It's a medicine bag. They knew to heal.
Right.
Yeah, with weeding or wetting. That was the real marriage of the marriage of man is not man and woman. This is another thing they've confused us with and screwed our heads up completely. It's the
Right.
marriage of man, masculine and feminine within you, or the two sides, spirit and Plato speaks of this. He says you cannot receive clear information unless you have the two.
Right.
Like this goes on so many levels, and the horse tail is you have to be. It's four. It's the four legs and a tail. So it's like this. It's four. So it's the compass.
Right.
It's
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying, right? So then that
Mhm.
comes back to Bob's drawing and your background. So, and a star. So what you, so you go four. So if you help me, because it's hard because everything's 2D. So you go a compass, so one line that way. So that's rise
Right.
and set. So now you have a compass or a cross, Christ
Right.
within. Christ within is the 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 mast. So you have a compass, like a cross. So one,
Right.
two. You have one, two, and then you have the point come down. See how it's three? It's Christ
Right.
within, Mila.
And it
Which
goes back to the symbol that everybody's always drawing right now.
which is a star.
If you,
It's a star.
well, there's this one
Like,
too. Look at this. Remember this symbol? Oh,
ah, yeah, well, it's just point of perception. So you start, yeah, whichever angle you come on this, then it will, the star looks different. So if you're only looking at on 2D plane, but so where I was, this is the other confirmation that I know this is right, Mueller, is, well, right for me anyway. It feels so right for me. Is
yeah.
when I was down cutting the grass, the hawk was above where Gigi and myself and two little girls saw the world below. Like on the horizon, we saw a reflection of the world above in the water below. And I went, oh, this is Mila seeing the stars. You know how you always said the stars are in the ocean or something?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
As
inverted
below,
universe.
inverted universe. Yeah. So this is where
And you
little
hear about it in
Hawk
the
was
Bible too,
yesterday.
the firmament. Sorry.
Sorry, what? The hero in the
And you
Bible?
hear about it in the Bible too. They refer to it as the firmament or some type of a dome over the earth. And a lot of
Yeah.
people who want to talk about whether or not the earth is flat will bring that up. Um, I don't think it really matters if the what shape the earth is that to accept there's a dome over us.
Mm,
There's some type of a, and it does have on the other side of the firmament are the waters of the stars.
mm. Well, so then we come back to her eyes in horizon. So you have rise and set. So you have 2 points. Then you have an alignment. And so then from this point to that point, the sun goes over like this. And then from this point under here is the moon shining on the stars. So see how it's always the light of the sun. The sun's is always lighting us.
Mm,
And I'm starting to feel like I feel like the stars are possibly other awakened planets. And it's
yeah.
there. their souls beaming to us. So when we say we talk to the stars and you can see them shapeshift or move, it's like they're it's like they're on the other hill, when we have power outs and we're all flashing torches at other homes.
Hmm.
And they're going, oh, look, they're flashing at us. Look, they're doing Morse code. I feel the stars are doing that with us here on Earth because they're seeing us. They're seeing us. So this is why we can literally go outside and we'll go, he just flashed at me. And then he gets excited that we've noticed. And then he starts flashing more or he starts moving around.
Right.
I'm trying to, it sounds really messy, but to me, I go, oh, this makes so much sense. Like, I go, look, she's just talked about the dude with the tablet, and he's got a medicine bag. Like, I go, oh, that makes sense. And then you talked about the dove, the frog, the turtle. I go, oh, yep, that's it. We, the people,
Hmm.
this is us. It's we, the people. It's this is us coming together and
Right.
going, well, yes, we've had all that distraction, but we are still us. We're still here. What can we do with the usness that's here now, today?
Right. Right.
And the
And
greater the drama gets, the more we're doing it.
yeah. Yeah. It's like that's
Mm,
right.
yeah. It's like confirming us. Like, yeah. It's just,
I,
it's being a no idea, literally, but that's what Plato said. It's not that you're stupid, but it's the form and the from, and you're allowing it to come to you rather than being dictated. And that's the difference between a republic and an empire. And
right.
coming back to the reindeer era, the Normans or the Etruscans were the ones that killed one of those sons, the two sucklings, Romeus and Romian, the ones that fell through the sky.
Yeah.
That's your story relates to my story about the reindeers, and
Yeah.
what happened was there was this tyrant, and his name was I'm not sure if this is the tyrant I'm thinking of, because then they have sons and they name them the same thing, but he was called
Right.
Lucius Dominatus Ahenobarbarius. And I was like, really? So Lucifer Dominatus Barbarius, really? That's his name? Wow, that's just a bunch of three. They call him the Lord. And
Mm.
guess what they did? Guess what they did here in this time frame? They changed AD and so BC and AD. They changed it just recently
When did?
in 2000.
Oh yeah.
And they said, oh, no, this was changed a long time ago in history. And I go, no, 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 no. I remember in schooling, because I'm 50. So I remember in schooling, we were dictated at school because we went to a Christian, like Latin based school. So we learnt Latin, and it was BC and 80. There was no other. But since 2000, they changed it to BCE because they didn't want us to see
Yeah.
AD. And the reason for
Yeah.
this is because, it goes really deep, but Julius Caesar is JC.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. It's weird, right? The whole thing's weird. But this is the
Yeah.
time where Mars happened and something changed. And this is when they brought in schooling. This is when they brought in religion. And this is when disease happened. This is when disease started. And they said something came to Earth.
It was in 1789 that all this stuff shifted. That what I just got this. This is the part of
Which,
the big download that I've been getting, and this is
what year was it?
1789, which
Yeah,
was
so
actually
that 18.
J789.
Mm, yeah, that so then it got to that point there, and then humans got really elevated, which would have been a lot to do with Tesla and all this sort of stuff, Tartarian, and then they had um, major floods then too, major floods,
Yeah, yeah,
and it was like
which was the mud
it was
flood.
like their vibrations maybe or something didn't wasn't enough to pull it through.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Whereas now I feel like we're all pulling it because back then a lot of the people back then couldn't see blue either in
Yeah.
that era
That's true.
because they brought out the blue book or the blue newspaper or something in France. It was a big thing, and because
Right.
no one could see blue, which you brought up for me because I was like, "What do you mean no one could see blue?" And then I realized no one saw blue. That's why it's a blue print. It's a blue code
Yeah.
because they knew the blue ones were coming.
Right. And I mean the blue blood and the fact that it was just recently, man, we got so much that I still haven't finished what I was saying before, but
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
oh, it's okay. It's just that,
I'll
yeah,
drink my
there's
coffee.
I'm excited. You're linking so much together, but it's only been recently that they started to tell people that they never told us, even though all of it's like one of those global gaslight lighting thing that they're doing right now is no, they're saying we never told anybody that your blood changes to red when exposed to oxygen.
Mm.
We were all taught that was true, just as we were all taught that 70 or 90 to 95% of your DNA was was junk, is what they used to call it, and it's not junk DNA; it's dormant DNA, right? Same thing they're doing with the blue blood thing, and now they're saying they never said that. Like, no, that's
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah, they're annoying. That's an annoying friend at school that keeps trying to jump sides all the time.
yeah,
And you're like, they're like, well, they're the moles, aren't they? You just go, really? You didn't say that yesterday. You made a big ruckus
right,
about that. And now you're jumping ship.
right,
And you know what, Mila? It's okay that we change. It's okay to change your mind. You're allowed to change your
yeah,
mind in a nick of time. You are allowed to change. And that's what humans are so good at. And it is allowing the change in us and in others that will make us rise above the the unjust, I guess, in the world
yeah, right,
because you'll be flexible. This is the you'll be able to your spine and your C1 and C2 will be able to function. Yeah.
hmm exactly.
I
I got more to say. Can you
You
mind
know,
if I?
you're so cute. I love it. This is so much fun. People are probably going, okay. People are probably going, I need another coffee. I'm the same. I'm on my fourth coffee.
Yeah, yeah. So okay. Oh, and also this links to Jill's comment, the 1979 Ring of Fire harmonic convergence, or I'm pretty sure that's what she's. So that is when the Pleiadians came, and that's the year that I was born. And like, there's this whole thing about this, and they're connected to the Chinook people. They're connected to the Nimibu people, which is that whole cycle or circle back. It's all this one where we are right now. Um, Now, why is this so significant though? Is that we've been told for a really long time that the dams needed to break for the thing to happen that was supposed to happen, and not that it's something that we want to occur. We don't want anybody to be in disruption, but that's supposed to happen. The water has memory, and then what happened? R2D2 or um, R2 swans, also known as Atlas. Also, we had a different swan comet. These two swans that came in, they brought the memory of the water back to us. They brought the memory of the water back to us. And in that time, and it goes exactly along with this ring of fire thing, which is fascinating because when you try to search the ring of fire, you'll get this whole other thing that they're trying to tell us about, having to do with um, um, like some type of competition and thing that people are like, you can, but in particular, what's going on here right now, there has been more earthquakes and big ones along the Ring of Fire since September than has ever happened in like my lifetime. And this Ring of Fire convergence regarding the return of the alignment and the balance of the many people, the returning of the memory of water. So this is the part that I'm supposed to say before I forget, is that um, we have had something going on with our water for some time. And it's not that memory can be taken out of water, but an energy can be in distortion enough regarding frequencies. They create some type of a frequency or a disharmonic, disaligned, imbalanced kind of frequency that causes this water to vibrate weird, so it kind of forgets its memory. And what's happening is that there's uh, one drop can remind 1 trillion drops of water the memory that was lost. Okay. So these swan comets flew overhead, they rained water down upon us. And this is ancient memory water. The first of the swans hadn't been here for 22,000 years. The Ethiopian volcano that just erupted hadn't erupted for 12,000 years. We've had so many cycles that have been completing. And as this water is being reunited with our other water, the earth is waking up. There's a perfect, you can see a perfect line. As soon as a comet moves by and delivers water to us, then our earth reacts. We have ancient volcanoes that have been thought to not only be dormant but extinct, like it won't ever do anything again, kind of extinct. And here it is erupting. And they talk about it as it's disharmonious frequencies that are being balanced, allowing for the harmonious ones to occur. And this brings us once again back to our own creation story, where the twins can be seen in a lot of different ways. And I wrote it in here a bunch, Elsa. I don't know if you'll probably go back and see when I put the comments down here. But the twins are known. They were giants who attempted to storm the home of the piling 3 mountains. Olympos, by the way, Olympia, or that Mount Olympia is in Washington, and that's actually the capital of Washington is the Mount Olympus. And okay, so Olympos, Osa, and Pelion on top of the other. Ares tried to stop them, but was defeated and imprisoned for 13 months in a burn. Artemis later raced between them in the guise of a deer. They both cast their spears down and missed, and instead struck each other dead. Curiously, the pair were also attributed with introducing the cult, the Mosi, or the Muses, to Mount Helcon and Boeotia. Why is this something that this is one account? This is the account that is the telling of by the Greek people regarding these twins. But this is one more thing, okay? This is just so cool how many of these things are so the tell another story that is about it's a Korean. Oh goodness, I'm not gonna be able to find it. I thought I had it open. Here it is. Long period, there was an island floating in the sky upon which the sky people lived. They lived quietly and happily, says the creation myth of the Iroquois. No one ever died or was born or experienced sadness. However, one day one day, one of the sky women realized she was going to give birth to twins. She told her husband, who flew into a rage. In the center of the island there was a tree which gave light, and this light was the only light that was of the whole place, that gave light to the entire island since the sun hadn't been created yet. He tore up the tree, creating a huge hole in the middle of the island. Curiously, the woman peered into the hole. Far below, she could see the waters that covered the earth. At that moment, her husband pushed her. She fell through the hole, tumbling toward the waters below. Water animals already existed on the earth. So far below the floating island, two birds saw the sky woman fall. Just before she reached the waters, they caught her on their backs and brought her to other animals. And this is when they were starting to bring up the mud, right? As the woman stepped onto the land that was made by putting all the mud on top of the turtle, the woman stepped onto the land. She sprinkled dust into the air and created the stars. Then she created the moon and sun, which, by the way, the moon and sun are also twins. That's Artemis and Apollo. The sky woman gave birth to two sons. She named one Sapling. He grew to be kind and gentle. She named the other Flint, and his heart was as cold as his name. They grew quickly and began filling the earth with their creations. I can keep reading but I don't want to take up everybody's time. But this is a creation story of the Iroquois people, and the symbolism behind all of this, it's recounted again and again and again. These giants. What is this? Why is this significant for the Three-Eye Atlas? Because it goes along with all of the stories of the Hopi people talking about the lost white brother, and talking about the Kachina, the two dancing stars. It talks about the spirals, the spins that's in Elsa's symbol. Here, I'll take away this comment so you can see her symbol. Oh, it's not, it doesn't show it.
That's
Well,
okay. Like,
it's all there. It's all there, man.
It reminds me. Okay, so the twins are famous, and I get two sons. And it's the father and son, and it's the rise and set. So it's Anubis. It's Set of beings. It's and they fall with Mada. It reminds me of a Seinfeld show where they're talking about racehorses, and they go, "Oh no, he's Mudders was a great racer." They're having this whole funny show about the Mudders, and the
Right.
Mudder is Ta, Mata, Daughter, Brata. This is how the indigenous speak of sister. This is how they speak of each other. It's Ta, and it's her harmony. It's peace and harmony, and peace and harmony is her sense, which is Ta. So her
Yeah.
sense, and it's coming to our senses and realizing that we are the Christ within. And they talk of the second coming of Christ.
Yeah.
I don't think it's one guy. I think it's all in us, and it's the coming in of us,
Yeah.
compassing ourselves and going, I'm going to go with my gut feeling. I'm going to go with that feeling. I know it doesn't really resonate with anyone else here, but I'm going to go with my gut feeling because that is your guide. That's your reins. That's your four horsemen in there going, I know you don't want, I know you want to go there and I know you have to go there, but can we just go here first? Go with that.
Yeah.
Because that's the universe's way of saying, I have a gift for you over here.
Right.
Or it's going to help you, or you're not going to be in that accident because you're going this way.
Right.
And stop listening to the mind ones up here, because that's where they all love hanging out, and go back to the tummy, the gut. And if you're feeling anxiety, if you're frustrated, if you're nervous, all those things, maybe you got to do a cleanse or something, because maybe there's too many of the other guys in there. So you got to get it into balance, so then you can read the messages coming to you clearly, because they don't, the ones who have been running us a bit don't want us to see all this. You can see how well they've hidden it.
Yeah.
Now we have to
Yeah.
go back on all of it, and all of the evidence that Mila brings up and all these different cultures that you bring up, Mila, that is taking us back. They're actually now confirmations. So the
Yeah.
hiding is now the revealing.
Right. Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
know what reveal means?
Tell me.
It's pulling back the hide on deer.
Oh. Huh.
Veal.
I'm hiding the deer.
Yeah. So you're okay to have a no idea because you're now understanding it. So the innocent now are now in her sense. So even the word innocence, naive, native, origin,
Yeah.
you now become the other way. But you have to embody it. It's not
Right.
enough just to say it. You gotta be walking it. You gotta be feeling it when you're at the shops so that others can then get ignited. Because the more you can be ignited in you and you go, you know what, I am going to buy an extra bag of apples, or you know what, I'm going to buy that pink dress, or you know what, I'm not going to buy that thing, or and other people start seeing you change your mind,
Yeah.
they're going to get inspired. And then and I've noticed through, this is a really good one for me, in the 3 years, I think it's 3 years I've known Mila, her community, how they've developed themselves. So Mila's inspired them, but they've developed themselves and they've made smaller communities off Mila's community.
Yeah.
And not one, like lots. I'm talking lots. And they all break off and they start their own communities and they get on their own 2 feet and stand up for themselves. And it's working because they're then supporting their communities and they're where they live. And so this is happening all around the world. It's working.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just keep going with it. It takes time for this to digest in all of us. If it happened all in 1 hour or one day, it would literally blow our minds. It would.
Right. It would. In fact, one of my favorite memes is this massive envelope, and they've shoved this little corner of it into the mailbox that only just barely the tip of it in there, and it says, "Trying to fit a lifetime of trauma into one healing session." Like that's
Yeah.
what a lot of us are trying to do. We're realizing this is something that's been playing out. Knowledge in the knowledge of the glow of the world and the consciousness and all this, and it's like we feel like we need to catch up. We don't. You're exactly where you're meant to be. If you've been brought to this show, this is really dense information that we like. This is how Elsa and I talk. We're just enjoying our own conversation and just having it
This is
live
us
so you
being
guys can,
normal.
yeah, like it's so much fun. It's not common that we get to do this with other people. So when we both find ourselves preoccupied enough that it's not a common thing that we get to really sit and talk like this. And so
Yeah.
it does
But
take a bit to unwrap.
to me, so I don't go away from this show exhausted. I go away exhilarated and a
Yeah, me
relief.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so, but if it's all too much, maybe it's just, you've just got to digest it. Maybe it's all new. Maybe some of it doesn't resonate with you. Maybe none of it resonates with you. That's okay too. You're allowed to have those versions because that's the
yeah,
different versions of us. We're all allowed to be different.
yeah,
If you feel annoyed with the information, try and follow that trail of annoyance in you. Like whether it's, how one of us
right.
looks, or it could be the lighting, or because though the niggles are there for you to address.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
reveal or the unhiding. And the niggles
yeah,
are there. The contrast is there in your life for you to pick up on. And if you keep ignoring it, the contrast gets bigger. So if you're having a hard time at the moment, maybe you're not reading your own niggles properly.
right.
Like, if you hear yourself Dimples was barking. He can't hear me, by the way. He doesn't know what he's saying. You don't know what you're saying. The kids say, "Why are you barking? You don't know what you're saying." He's got no idea, but he has an idea. Um, if you can feel the niggle in you, find the niggle. And I find niggles in me, like someone will rattle me a bit, and I'll go, "Oh, what's that?" And that's there.
Yeah.
That's the contrast. That's what the whole thing has been all these years. Is this distraction, the contrast, so that we could see ourselves, so we could
Yeah.
see one and see two.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Yeah.
no coincidence, Mila. That's called Atlas. I'm sorry.
I
That's just
know. I mean,
that's crazy.
and so many of these have been called Atlas. And remember, Atlas is a word that, just as all language does, it was pruned over time, like whether it was on purpose or just because, like people sometimes they say they drop the T in the word mountain and they say mountain, and so same with Atlantis became Atlas.
Yeah.
It's just a quick, if you speak it quicker, faster, you'll remove parts, consonants and vowels, and their things leave.
Yeah.
Um,
So is
just
he okay?
like,
Is he okay? He's barking? Is it too
oh,
loud?
it's fine.
Because I'll shut up.
It's fine.
He's staring right at me.
It doesn't
Um,
bother me. There might be a
so
person in the audience that has a dog in their background, like really getting
their dogs.
excited, but it's fine.
Yeah, well, that's our deaf Dalmatian, so he's woken up.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
deaf
okay.
and no idea. It's so cute. So the word, like Mila said, Atlas, and last and first is the same word. They've just, like you
Yeah,
said, what did you say? They trimmed it or something? You used the
yeah.
word
It just blended it together, or just by
doctored
speaking.
it. Yeah. Well, this is what the beings in that Roman time did. They came in. So now we're talking in viruses and parasites. Ancient alien DNA entered, and they came in, and they've got these things like this, and they can go in and cut DNA. And you can Google search
Yeah,
this. You watch how they can come in and change your DNA. These viruses and things, and there's like 700,000 of them. It's crazy, but there's a few main ones. But they can come in and restructure, and this is what they've given a lot of the illnesses we have. But they're all the same thing. And once we get over that whole medical side of it and realize that's what it is, it's them. Like, you can, every single virus and illness, you can draw back to that.
yeah, yeah,
That's crazy. That
yeah.
really does reset the system, Billy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
And
and
that's what your show does. You help people reset themselves. Well, it does, because if you've got all these symptoms, Mila, where do you go? Especially if you can't afford it. Like, a lot of people in different countries, the medical system and buying all these pharmaceutical products is very expensive.
oh yeah,
It's like you got to take out a home loan to pay for it all.
and not just financially, the cost against your body, because now your
Yeah,
body's out of balance, and it's been woven and it's been falsely the weave is a false weave.
yeah.
It's
Not a healing weave, that's for sure.
no,
Yeah, so
and
then you come on to this show, and so now we've given you a whole heap of information that I have never been able to find in literature. I find a little bit here and a little bit here, but I never find it all like this
yeah,
interwoven. Like, this is multiple informations plus
yeah,
channeling and whatever else we do, Mila, signs, astrology mixed all in, and you go, it's the same story.
yeah, over and over and over again.
It's just, which way do you want to come at it? This way, this way, this
Right.
way. But it's
Yeah.
all saying the same thing, right?
And it's all been to prepare this us for this window of time that we're in, which is we're coming up on what my guides and I yesterday, I think it was, I'm not even sure what day it is. Yesterday, yeah. Today is Friday. Friday for us in the northern hemisphere. But yesterday we did a group meeting with Guardian where he was channeling, the Syrian group that are his guides, and they mentioned it also, is that this particular solstice is one of the biggest energy solstices. And I'm talking about the December solstice is always powerful, right? Like that's like the biggest deal one in the year. Um, this is the one of the biggest ones ever for us to have experienced. And so, like that's why, just like you said and mentioned again here in the comments, this niggle, or if you under another word to understand what we're talking about here, has to do with trigger. A lot of times we'll call it activation because activation and trigger are the same word. It just are the same thing, just different words. Um, these things come up so we can be it, and can be released. There's things that are being asked for us to release as we move into this really powerful window. We're already here with Three Eye Atlas so close to us, Three Eye Atlas, as well as the first day of winter for us in the Northern Hemisphere, also the longest night. I'm talking to Elsa, who's in Australia, and on that day for her, it'll be the longest day. At the same moment, will be like the night and day. And why is this? I feel like this is really important because I've seen it in the comments too as we've been talking. And I'm trying to find which comment in particular, but there's a lot of importance regarding. Um, by the way, the twins, one was this whole female male. There's always the inclusion of both divine masculine, divine feminine. And for whatever reason, along with this spiral of downloads that I've been getting the past several hours, this whole thing about this woman named Ashira, who until a couple of 100 years ago, everyone knew that was God's wife. It was the wife of El, who was known to be what the Christians call God. And I'm not, I came up from a background with this Christian belief system as well, and I never heard of this person, like ever. And the fact that how it's connected to Gilgamesh, and and the fact, and you know what, this is just really quick. I got to add this last. I didn't know why I made this. My daughter had clay, and I was playing with her, and this is what I ended up creating. And it was just fun, just random, like queenish looking lady or whatever. You know what she is? She's the symbol. This is what people, or every time they always have her. I'm gonna just hold it up with my phone. I don't know if you guys will see it or not. There's one example. This is what she always looks like. The wife of God. Come on. Here's another example. She always had her hands placed near to her breasts, just as I ended up making. It's like I didn't even know. I knew it was, I needed to figure out why she was important. But I mean, I just made this, and it's exactly what came and what fell in my lap. You know what I mean? And it's what this
She's
is.
the original one. She's the original. This one is how they draw the original before the indigenous. Here. It's weird now. I've got major goose pimples. She's holding her boobs. She's holding memory.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah,
you
she's
kidding
actually
me?
holding it.
She's holding the blue code. Or
Right.
she wants them to look really good. Either or I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to push them up a bit,
Yeah.
But it's the M. It's the boobs. It's McDonald's. It's M. It's your first version of what you see as a child is M's.
Yeah.
And M's is E's. It's threes. It's this way. It's that way. It's ta. And this now, as I understand it, thanks to my washing machine and a comet going past 3 years ago, it's E3 also creates this. And then when you take out the sons, so 1 and 1, C1, C2,
Oh,
C1, C2.
wow. Yeah,
See how, but you spoke of this cuneiform. This is cuneiform type language.
yeah.
They call it cuneiform because it's also the footprint of bird or
Oh,
dinosaurs.
really? I wondered why they called it that,
Yeah,
actually.
and it was before they started chopping up our toes to make different toes for feet. So they planted us differently. So by
Yeah.
seeing cuneiform is bird, I think, oh, I'm not sure, but hoof was before that because hoof was 1, then hoof became 2, and then they had bird, which is the starting of dragon.
Right.
Then they had the flying foxes, which is flying dogs,
And
which
then the
then comes
dogs had
back
the
to,
extra appendage on their paw, the extra toe.
yeah, which I have on my foot. I still have a bone. Even the kid, I always used to get teased at school. So now I'm using a niggle that haunted me as a child. I have a bone that comes out, and that was used to be like the bone here on the dog.
Right.
Mm. And it comes
Right.
out like a major big point. Like it affects how I wear shoes and stuff. So
Right.
I saw this. I was on the beach the other day, and the kids are like, "Ew, what's happened to your feet?" And I'm like, "Oh, here we go. I'm just going to get ridiculed again, like I did as a child." They're going, "How
Oh,
come we don't have that bone?" And I said, "I don't know." So I started going through all their feet, and one child had a bone a bit, but not as protruding as mine.
yeah.
And so, you carry markers in you, like you have mark on your knee, Mila.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. The cosmos is marking us all the time with whatever your life is to help you through this stage.
Right. Right. And it's this code is written in for us to see what we need, what we're meant to be able to see now, which is
To
why,
digest. Yeah.
right? All of this was told before, so we already had some reference to it. I know it sounds off kilter. Like I hear my own words coming out of my mouth, and yeah, there's going to be people that are going to be like, "Man, she's crazy." You know what I mean? And that's okay.
I see 3. Oh
Key
my gosh, it
factor.
is. So C1, C2, C3. So when you start to see 3, you start to see E's. You
Right.
can't make this up, Mila. Because E's
Mhm.
is Ease was that symbol where we saw a triangle, and a triangle. Remember, we saw something recently. You sent me a picture of your trees, and I kept saying it's a triangle,
Oh
a
yeah,
triangle.
I have that still.
That's how they
I pull it
come
up.
in. They come in like an arrow or a mark, and I think you spoke of that in one of those ancient stories. Is they speared them or arrowed them? That's the mark or the burr or the. We always talk about it like a lightning bolt or a tell or a
Right.
stell. Yeah. So they gotta mark us so that you embody it. Yeah. Yes. This is how Mila and I send stuff to each other. And we look at that and go, oh, yeah, that makes so much sense. And I show my family and they go, what a bunch of nutters. And they
But
go,
to
so
us,
how
I
does
mean,
this help you? I go, oh, that makes complete sense.
right. Well, so I sent this picture to her. Whenever I send Elsa a picture, I don't know if you guys know this or not. Elsa will do this like, uh, what's it? They in photography they call this a negative, but I don't like that word.
Oh,
Um,
it's a negative. I've never thought that's what I'm doing is making it a negative.
isn't that
Wow. Oh,
interesting?
sorry. Keep going. That's I've no
That's
wow,
okay.
that's
So
beautiful.
black is white. Well,
Yeah.
black is blue, I guess, and then everything has. She always adds this blue to it. What was the thing I was bringing up was this tree here this tree is like two Y's that make a W, and it's the mistletoe tree. And the mistletoe tree is kind of pretty and cool thing, like, and so when we, I send this to Elsa, she'll send back her response, and it looks like this. It's kind of cool. I'm
And then
covering your face
Mila
with
will
it.
explain it, explain it all to me. So today we are in my land, we are in the S's day, and the S's day is important. So you'll love this one, Mila. So you're in 19119. So when
Ooh.
I look at that, I go, it's a piece or a mark that's one by itself. Then you have yin, and then you have the two suns, and then you have yang. So it's the marked ones or the tuned ones. So it's Christ within. That's your date, which is when Atlas is supposed to come closest, right? Then you
Yeah.
come to my date, which is another language I understood from Mila, is it goes Z, 1 1, Z, and then angel. So what that means is, so Atlas has come past the closest now, and it's a huge shift from the 1911 9,
Hmm.
and now the frequency is in us. It's already done. The frequency is in us, and now we are re-angling our ones. We're re-angling ourselves, meaning we're going to change ourselves. Look, you can allow the change, or you can fight the change, but usually when you fight the change, you'll get some resistance
Right.
because it's already done. So it's easier to allow it than fight it. But sometimes you need to have the fight within. And it's not a fight with anyone else, let me tell you. It's a fight within. But yeah, it is easier to just have a little laugh at yourself and go, you know what? I just listened to Mila and Elsa. Look at them. Look at them. Bunch of nutters. I'm going to, and even give it like 7 days or a couple of weeks or something. Practice doing it yourself, whatever your way of doing the allowing is, rather than fighting. Because whenever you feel that resistance, that's the niggle, right?
Yeah. Right. Right. When we feel uncomfortable, we start to like try to, oh wait, let's go back to the matrix. I don't know why. That's just because
Mm.
we've been there forever, and we're thinking that's supposed to feel like that. And you know what? I can't count how many people. Oh, by the way, you said something that goes to 00101110.
Yeah.
There's this whole thing about that particular code that just won't go away right now. And that's
Well,
the matrix again.
I think
But
it's your background. That's why it won't go away. It's sort of like part of you. Did he just call my ET fingers ET home, Dr. Joe?
I don't think he was insulting you.
That's what the kids say. They go, your
I've
fingers,
been
put
told
your
that my whole
fingers.
life too.
They go, put your fingers down. They're too long.
I actually, when I was I decided I wanted to learn sign language because I knew somebody who was hard of hearing or deaf, and um, enrolled myself in a nighttime class so I can learn. And anytime I got paired up with anybody, they'd complain because they'd be distracted by my long ET fingers, that they wouldn't be able to like notice what I was saying. Like they're not. I don't know. They're regular hands as far as I know, but like,
It's like
and I
it's they're in your face because they're
yeah.
too big. You know how like you write in capitals? That's what our hands are like. It's like too loud for them.
Oh, right.
Um,
Yeah.
it's so funny, right? They're big. It's like they're giving us a hand.
Mhm. Yeah.
um,
That's just
but
funny.
I don't think it's any coincidence because little Maddie, she speaks hand language.
Yeah.
Just yeah, she does. And so you knew that. So did you learn that before she came?
Yeah, I did actually. It was like 1998, 99, 99.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was
So
also the year they awarded me at my company where I worked the Miss Gab of 1999. Like I didn't
Gab,
even know I was given the award. I was talking to somebody else at the the work party, and they had said my name, and I didn't even hear them because I was busy talking to somebody.
it's just so you get an award for what you're too busy talking to someone, which is babble or Bible. And
Yeah,
so you're Miss Gab or Miss Talk or Miss Bible, and um, that's what you do on your show.
yeah,
And but then you were learning sign language, so they're getting you ready for Maddie.
right. She came out of the womb like that, and I have some of these
Not
pictures of
even
her.
like not even like
Yeah,
30. She's already gone.
yeah, like she was brand new. She still had gunk on her, man. And like most babies will like crunch their hand, and
Most
she
babies are
was
like this, yeah.
doing things. Like she was like I would say, and I got so I got a couple of pictures of her flipping us off too. You know, like
Well, she's like,
and
it's a tough getting down here, so she gave you the finger.
speaking of Maddie, right before we started the show, I forgot this happened, and this was reminded of because this mistletoe tree we mentioned, and Kate had just mentioned join the kiss under the white actual blue. If you look, mistletoe, it's not white. You know, this
Wow.
mistletoe tree is significant, and I didn't right before we started. Miss Maddie kissed me twice to like see you know go have fun in your show, and she's like, you know, you want to know why I kissed you 2 times, and I said, yeah, sure. And she said, today is mistletoe day.
Oh, she's so cute.
It's a national holiday of mistletoe today.
Oh, it's a thing.
Yeah, it's on the calendar.
So mistletoe is so we've been talking about cuneiform and stuff. So it's miss. So I'm in a day of miss, and toe is it's part of the digits or walking it in. It's part of soul. It started they brought in toes to balance, and this is
Mm,
what we're doing now. So we're balancing it out. That's what I feel like we're doing today. I really feel, even if
yeah,
it sounds like complete gibberish to you, sometimes you're not meant to get it. And that's my whole life. I
right,
go, okay,
right.
I don't really get it. I don't understand, but I'm okay with not getting it as well. And this is what Plato spoke of. Plato was a great philosopher way back. And he would say, it's all great to be informed of everything and know that, but the more you can allow information and messages to come through, this is how they worked out weight, how to work out weight and things like this is how they learned how to do things, is because he would allow things to come through, not be told. Because if he kept getting told, he wasn't changing. Does that make sense what I'm sort of
Yeah, it does.
saying? Yeah, yeah. And that even the word sense is change. So they put it into our
Wow.
monetary system to create a smear campaign. And a lot of the news that is coming out that is very disturbing right now. There's a lot of people always say, "Oh, do you watch the news?" And I say, "Well, no, I don't. I actually just hear it from others." But um,
Right.
a lot of the news that they're bringing out right now is a smear campaign about what we're about talking about. You hear it. They talk about the father and the son. Especially 2 weeks before Christmas and 2 weeks after, you'll see it in the media because they have to try and smear campaign it now with AI. Otherwise, the energy or the frequency of what we're talking about becomes, they have to like soften it or something.
He just slipped us off.
They just
Dr. Joe, first he says, I'm laughing with you, or I'm not laughing with you, I'm laughing at you. And then he flipped us off.
Well, I'm going to take that as a compliment because that's if he's giving us the bird, he's giving us the dragon. So he's giving us a positive message, even though he's being naughty.
And then just at the same time, someone else writes, I had an ultrasound picture of my son, says Charlene, and he was flipping us off.
Well, it's such a hard journey here, right? So you can see the little babies going, "Oh, it's so dense here." Well, it wasn't dense in spirit, so now they have to embody it, so it's dense.
We love you too, Dr. Joe.
Even
Yeah,
the word dense has sense in it. It's the two in sense. See how
yeah,
the language, it just goes bang, bang, bang. And then um the I we had Jack, then we had oh no, we had Gemma, then we had Jack, and then we had Gigi sneak in. And Gigi was told to us she would be very elf um Faye like. She's very sneaky.
yeah.
And Um, I didn't realize, I just thought I just had baby bumps, you know what I mean? I didn't realize I was pregnant again. So we went and got an ultrasound. I don't know if I've told this story. I'm sorry if I've told it before. We went and got an ultrasound and I was about to go get the ultrasound and I said, "Oh, you coming in, Richard?" He goes, "No, no, no, you go in because it's just going to be like a little bean and I don't need to see a bean." And so he's like already over babies. He's like, "Yeah, you just go in and do it." So I go in and do it and get the ultrasound. I'm lying there and they're putting it over my tummy. And I look at the screen and there's this baby going like this, waving. And I went, "Oh, is that the last lady's baby? That baby's so cute. Look, it looks like it's smiling and waving." And she goes, "No, darling, that's yours." And I went, "No, no, 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 no. We're supposed to have a bean." And she goes, "No, no, that's your baby." And I go, "Why has it got arms? Why has it got a head? Why has it got a head?" And she goes, "You're 5 or 6 months along. You know that, right?" And I went, "No." I went, "What?" She just
Wow.
snuck in there. And it's funny because a lot of the beings that Gigi drew all do this, which is very similar to the Indian cult. They would all howl,
Yeah,
and they show their when they show their palm, they're really showing their soul to you.
yeah. Like who
Yeah,
you are by the lines on your hands.
yeah. I've always wondered what hand they were holding up, if it was one or both, but it was always a sign of there's look. They're going like this. Pause. Take a moment to acknowledge each other, and it's like a friendship thing. It's like a respect thing.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just barged right up to them, that would be like an insult. And that's how a lot of the craft, yeah, the kids do that. I still have to push my finger.
Can't. I've always
um,
been able to do that. It just
yeah, it's funny. The gestures, the
yeah.
gestures are you being spirit.
Yeah.
The gestars. That's what it is. It's That's why anyone that does hand language and things like this, they're making gestures. Anyone who has an expressive face. That's why with a lot of the surgeries that go on, they take away your expressions. They
Yeah.
take away your gestures. So it
Right.
makes it tricky to. That's why Gidget, when we go to shopping centres, she used to cry because they've turned off sensors in them, so she couldn't see. To a little baby, she wouldn't see the pure person that they were because they've poisoned and disrupted the nerves to stop them showing the essence of them. So it would scare her because she was thinking, why are these
Right.
people hiding things on themselves, you know? And there's no right or wrong. I'm just saying how she would react to it. This is what animals do. You know, animals react differently to this sort of thing as well. That's why it's very important when you walk up to animals not to have sunglasses on. It's okay. I think it's
Yeah.
okay if they can see your eyes through glasses, but sometimes that might get magnified. So, but it's always good for the animal to see your eye.
Yeah.
Like I would never walk up to an animal with glasses on. That's like to them,
Yeah.
we would look like the Greys or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And in fact, from oh darn, we need to wrap this up. It's
Oh,
2:12
that's
right
my
now.
God. We're just getting
We've
called
been
in.
on.
You have to stop playing now. You have to.
Well, okay, I'm going to show something. I know this is very off topic, but someone in the comments, it was where Rockstar M55 had mentioned the number of
Rock.
fingers is 5, not 6, and like this is just something that was a side conversation from just the other day. Is so that this is like a cartoon that's like a oops. There's another example, but that's not the one I was trying to show you. But it's the same concept. I just didn't need to go. Is that the giants that of the stories that they tell, the giants had 6 fingers, and why is this significant? Is that in this show, all the characters have 1, 2, 3, and a thumb, except for the giant, who is also redheaded, just like the stories that are told. And I'm just showing you guys this because, it's all this stuff is put in our world for us to see it. We're all meant to see it, and there's a lot of code that we can all jump down. There's so many rabbit holes right now, and we're getting such a consistent input of downloads right now that it's almost impossible to not just sit back and just allow the flood to flow through you of knowledge and information. And I feel like that I know that I'm not alone in this. Like that was just one of the, like, right in front of your face our whole lives kind of thing. And then there's like all of this stuff about the indigenous, uh, knowledge and everything that's coming through right now. I feel is very significant and aligned with the fact that 3i Atlas just came through and gave us a little rap on the door and let us know that they're here. And
Yeah.
we're going to be getting activations, and sometimes an agitation cycle is required for your clothes to get clean, for the stuff that's in it that to be released. And so when we feel agitated, it's not always, do we need to think that it's got to do with something offense against you, but instead to release what's burdening you, release the false anchors so we can evolve, we can ascend, transcend, right? And
Well, it's in wash in state. So,
right,
that's very symbolic, and in no disrespect to those people, as I said, we were in the Lismore floods, and
right,
even so, if you have in a natural disaster zone or something's happened to you, it takes years for the cleanup. Not just like we're still seeing signs of it, not in
this was
just
3 years ago, right?
yeah,
Three.
not in. Well, it's when I met you. It's not, and Mary Rodwell. I met everyone at the same time, and it takes years to heal in the animals. We're still healing animals, humans, the land, and repairing roads and homes and things like this. And then you got to repair the community. And this is, I'm just saying, like, it's not about, it is an agitation, and it is destruction, but sometimes that is required to clean up the mess. And
Yeah,
this is what we felt with the lands here. There was a lot of tunnels and things like that. Yeah.
right,
Which, you don't need to know about all that stuff if you don't already know about it. But there was a lot of cleanups going on that had to be done. And so that's getting done. And so in wash in state, it's in a washing state.
yeah,
Like, no, it's weird, the symbolism of it and the time frame of it, Mila. Like, but I just feel like it's already happening, and now we just have to be in awe of it.
right,
And to be in awe of it means to use it as a tool.
right,
And
right,
I go on about it. It's from and form, and so we've been living in states of form, and now take the form, which is what Mila and I do with code, and take the from. So message from whatever spirit you want to call it, or the cosmos, or God within, or Christ, or ETs. So you take the from information and the form, and now use both.
right.
Like Plato said, use both. Use
They
the
can
or
both
be
sides.
Yeah, be in awe of it. Even the saying, be in awe of it, is in be in the wow of it. And I guess that's what happens is we become like Mila will send me a picture of a tree, and I go, "Oh my god!" Like I'm so excited when she sent me the picture of the tree because I'm like, "This means this and this, wow, and this is happening." And then people go, "She just sent you a picture of a tree," and I said, "It was a great gift." And they're going, "You are crazy." And I go, "Yes, but it's a gift. I can't not see it."
Yeah. Yeah. That's good too. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because this is what you're talking about, and I see the comments where there's a conversation going on here too. People, for the first time, in some cases, it looks like in the audience, got to see this kind of conversation happening, um, for them maybe for the first time.
Mm.
And this, remember, we do have weekly meetings that are free on Wednesdays, and Elsa and I will be doing more, of other things in the near future also, where you'll be invited to be a part of this conversation, that's in the making. And so there's some steps to take for that, as well as, I want to bring this up as this, solstice, we are doing a group meditation for anybody who wants to join. We'll chat for like 30 minutes first, and then we'll do a group meditation. So if y'all want to come to that, that's, the none of these things that I do are like this are required for you to, though I always make an option for if you want to give a love donation that will go to, my daughter, and if not, please come anyway. That is going to start at 7:30, Central Time, PM Central Time, on the day of the solstice, the 21st for the Northern Hemisphere, the 22nd for the Southern Hemisphere. That's later, so I believe that ends up working out to be like 11:30 a.m. for AEST. But I'll put it in the community section with the correct translation. I'm thinking it's about that time though. I'm pretty sure.
Actually,
Um,
when we were working out this show, Mila and I went on different platforms to check what time, and even that was having problems. Do you remember? It kept
yeah,
changing as we were both looking at it, and I'm going, "Are you getting this?" And you getting it? And it was having problems with trying to work out the time on
yeah,
many different platforms. That was weird. That was
yeah,
weird. It was like
yeah.
that was what the show was going to be about, nick of time.
It wants me to put in, like, because we're in, CDT right now, or EDT, or PDT. Those are the main three time zones, and, I don't remember the name for the one in Hawaii. I just write Hawaii,
Yeah.
but, anyway, whenever we were translating it, it would either try to do, AEST to CDT, or AEDT to C or CST, which
So it's
it's
back
two
in
different
time.
parts of the year. It's got to do with our freaking daylight saving BS that, and so it's telling us the wrong time. So constantly, it's been an inside joke or a side joke for Elsa and I for a long time that I'm always telling her the wrong time.
Yeah.
And then now we know why we're on the phone while we were doing it.
Yeah,
And it's
I
like,
was like,
oh, look, that's what it is.
yeah, it goes, hang on. You could see it was getting confused.
Yep. Yep.
It's so funny. Oh, thank you. I always go, oh, it's only 2 hours. It's only
I know.
2. Oh, I thank you so much, Mila, for inviting me. You know that I love it. So,
You.
um, yeah, and thanks to the audience. I'll read back through the messages on YouTube because it's always fun. So, thank you to
Oh, and
all of you.
people have been asking me to turn it on for the playback of the comment section. I didn't know until last night when I was putting on the trailer for this, that it's now permanently off unless I click it. So
Oh, it's
I have
another
to go
button.
in ahead of time and say save the chat every time. So I'll try to remember to do it, but I did it for this one. So you can go back and look at the live chat too.
Yeah.
Also, I did want to point out one last thing because the consistency with this was just shocking. As Dr. Joe in the audience, he talks about Neptune, Trident, and the Poseidon adventure. Guess what?
Oh,
The father of the twins I was talking about is Poseidon.
no.
Yeah. And Neptune, which is Poseidon, going into Aries once again on the 29th of next month of January, if I'm not mistaken, is indicative, it's 222 right now, is indicative of, or every time that Neptune has been in Aries, there's been a spiritual uprising or a spiritual re-evolution of some kind. And we've been seeing it for a while, and it started in September, and now kind of in a pause. We're going back into it again for almost 14 years. It works out to be 14 years total, starting in this late part of January. So, and Trident three fingers, uh, Dr. Joe says, so this is just, it also, we don't even realize that we're telling the same story over and over again until we get together and realize it's just
Yeah.
different versions of this.
Version.
It's someone else's art with the same
Yeah.
cartoon.
That's what I'm saying. Like that possibly, and this makes it all crazy, is that maybe it's that history is a projection of us now. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just embody you, and yeah, it's gonna be okay. It really is. It's gonna be okay, but just embody you. And if you're not embodying you, notice that you're not embodying you, and do it the next day. So there's
Yeah.
no right or wrong. You're just meant to experience it. So
Yeah.
yeah, and
Exactly.
if I would love to over the next month, because we're in holidays now, Mila. Like we're in the summer till
Cool.
February.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would love to come into your little chats, your chat groups, because they're so much fun. As
Please.
long, even if I have to come in a different name,
Yeah.
you'll laugh. I just said that as a joke. I'll come
That's
in as a secret name.
It's like Carmen. Carmen always does that. He's famous for having different name every time.
Yeah, but you know it's him, right? Because you can just feel him.
I can feel it's him. In fact, he helped me like hone that
Yeah.
skill, because
Mm.
he also comes on without his camera on, and
Yeah.
so a lot
He's
of
so
times he does.
cute.
Yeah,
he thinks
and
he thinks he can't see him, and we're going, we know it's you.
yeah, but I'm learning to trust myself because for a lot of times I'll notice it's him, but then I still won't know for sure until
Yeah,
he
he's
says
like
something.
He's like a trainer. He's like our fitness coach. He goes, "Okay, now
Yep.
do this one." Kara, I just noticed Kara, and Kara, I have to give you this message. It's a hand message. It's this, and you showed me a picture, and it's acceptance. And this is what we're doing now. It's acceptance. It's a really good message, Kara.
That's
So
awesome.
thank you to everyone. Always thank you, and yeah, I'll be listening to the little hawk out there in the fields today going, and
Yeah,
I
this
wish
was fun.
everyone well. And just look, if you're feeling crazy, just you'll find someone. There's community somewhere for you, whether it's in the dog park or the shopping center or online. You're not alone. We're all
Yeah,
alone, but you're not alone.
right. And please join us, in these community groups. The next one will be the meditation one on Sunday, though every Wednesday for the Northern Hemisphere, every Thursday for the Southern Hemisphere, we do group meetings, and they're always free. This one for next week is going to be on Christmas Eve, but we're still doing it, like, because
Yeah,
we don't actually observe Christmas Eve, we observe solstice. It's
yeah,
just something that we do, and so we have the availability,
yeah,
and so please feel free to join us, and know that you don't have to have your camera on. You don't have to even speak. You just, come along and be a fly on the wall for a while until you feel comfortable to speak up.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So,
just and yeah, and know that you are supported. Even if I don't know you or Mila doesn't know you, we actually feel it. We feel you
Yeah.
guys. And I know Dr. Joe feels them, and many others. We all feel, we understand because we've done a lot of work to get to this point. So obviously we were meant to do it for a reason, to assist others, and you being you assist us to assist others. It's so
Right.
pretty. So it is. It's magical.
It's beautiful. I feel the same way. It's such a beautiful thing. And I'm so honored and blessed. And I just want to say thank you all for being a part of this beautiful community. And I do have to get going now. So, once again, I know we'll be joining again together, Elsa and I, in another show. In the meantime, I hope to see you in the groups.
Yeah. Thank you, Mila.
Thank you. Sending you all so much love. Aho blessings.